Look at the beauty that is around me in the middle of August here on the color farm. Absolutely amazing summer evening, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Hi, this is Margaret Byrd, and welcome to Color Quest. For the past few weeks, I've been coming out here to the color farm because I'm working with them on some projects, one of which was and continues to be fresh leaf indigo. Last week, we dyed some skeins of wool using this incredible dye plant that was harvested right here at the color farm. Now, prior to the last couple of weeks, I had not worked with wool, or at least not here on Color Quest. And it is something that has intrigued me. I've used it in my own art practice, but I am going to start looking at wool over the next couple of weeks in a very special way, and that is with a wool shirt from a company called Wool Ant. So join me as I begin the next few weeks of looking at these beautiful merino wool pieces of clothing that I have decided I would like to dye with natural color. So if you are using wool in your wardrobe, you've come to the right place. Let's jump in and see what cool stuff we can make using wool as our substrate in the form of clothing. So it may not surprise you when I tell you that I am not much of a person into fashion. I like a comfortable t-shirt and some sweats, and I spend most of my time messing around in my studio, so best not to be wearing anything too fancy. However, I was intrigued by a company by the name of Wool Ant when I saw a friend of mine decide to start a challenge. This company makes casual pieces of clothing from merino wool. Now, the friend of mine is a hiker, and she has a lot of wool in her wardrobe because it is one of the best fibers that you can have to keep yourself warm, dry, in wet environments and so forth when you're hiking. She decided to take this challenge, and it was 100 days wearing the same piece of clothing by Wool Ant, and you would get a nice gift certificate for doing so. This appealed to me because I like the idea of, let's say, having a limited wardrobe and using what you have again and again. Now, when I saw this challenge, it was for 100 days, and it was wearing a wool dress. Now, the cut of the dresses are right up my alley. Super cozy and something I could imagine wearing every day. So that wasn't going to be a problem. However, they have this incredibly gorgeous array of colors, none of which are on the lighter side, or let's say the white off-white side. The idea that I had is, wouldn't it be cool to take this challenge and add a little natural color twist to it? So I've been watching and waiting for a more neutral colored dress to come out. Well, guess what? In the meantime, I got an email that they had a new challenge, and this time it was for t-shirts, again, merino wool, and they had a light neutral colored one in the mix. So I've decided to take that t-shirt challenge. It's only going on through this summer, 2022, till the end of August, but I'm ready. And I've got some great ideas of how I want to wear this wool shirt, but change it every couple of days with a little bit of natural color. So today on Color Quest, I am going to do the first adaptation. and that is in Echo Print, using some of the flowers here that they're featuring at the Color Farm. So let's open up the package. Haven't looked at it yet. Pull it out. I'll wear it as is for a few days, and then we will make the first change. My intention is to do this through several iterations and see where we can take this beautiful merino wool t-shirt and add a little pizzazz to it in the way of natural color. All right, here is the company, Wool and their byline is the most practical, most wearable item in your wardrobe. So opening it up, you'll see the color that I chose, and that is this very nice, light, sort of off-white. Really pretty, simple packaging. Live simply, consume carefully, and do good. Those are wonderful goals. So let's open it up and see about wearing it for a few days in this original state. Oh gosh, it is so incredibly soft and lightweight. The thing about merino wool is that it is something that will whisk moisture away, and it should be a great t-shirt to wear now in these summer months when it's hot, and it's very light. It's gonna be loads of fun to try this out. I'm excited. All right, I've got the shirt on. It's super comfortable. Has a really pretty simple neckline, something that I like, and it's loose fitting, feels comfortable. They have all kinds of sizes, so I didn't have to worry about not being able to fit into anything, and I'm excited to be wearing this. So I will wear this for the next couple of days, and then we'll go through the process as we always do. And you know, that first thing we're gonna have to do is wash it, and then we will put a mordant on it so that we have a good chance with our Echo Print. The flowers that we're going to use will be a compilation of some really pretty August blooms and a little bit of fresh leaf indigo. Now, since we're going to be doing an Echo Print on a piece of fiber, I've decided I'm going to practice a little bit, just to get a feel of the hammer and the pounding and so forth. So I have to make some name tags for a course I'm teaching tomorrow at the Color Farm, and we are going to be Echo Printing a indigo leaf onto the name tag because it's a course on fresh leaf indigo. So I thought that would be kind of a fun little sweet thing to add to their name tags. So with my blue hands, I'm going to show you as I hammer it, and that'll just get me feeling a little more comfortable before I decide to put it on this shirt itself. I haven't picked out the hammer yet, so I only have this mallet available. It's a little big, but it's okay since I'm just kind of practicing. And here I have one tiny little fresh leaf indigo. I'm going to use the back of the leaf as the piece that goes down onto the paper. And this is watercolor paper, which is a great option for your Echo Printing tests or even for making cards and things like that. I am going to want to put something over the top. I have this bag that I've been using. Why not, right? For the fresh leaf indigo. This is a cheesecloth bag, so I'll just use that as my barrier over the top. This is just to protect the leaf, and let's see what happens. Just smash it. Yeah, it'll start to come through as a ghost print on top of this as well, as you've seen in many of my videos. So let's see what we got. Pretty little print there, and maybe very slight. Yeah, there isn't a lot there, so I think I'll probably pound a little bit more so it's a little bit stronger. So just lay it back down there, and I'll pick a new place to try pound it a little harder. Definitely would be better with a smaller hammer, but that's okay. Just, you know, giving me the idea. We'll pull that up, and it's very sweet. So we'll see as the oxygen hits it, it should turn a little bit more blue than it is right now. But look at how cute that is. We'll see how that translates onto the wool shirt. So before I do anything, I need to weigh the shirt while it's dry. So I'm just gonna see about 172 grams or 6 ounces. Okay, so that'll just help me over the next few weeks as I do different things to it. Probably will use it primarily now for knowing how much mordant to use. But other than that, I probably won't be weighing against the dye matter that I use, but we'll see. Maybe I will, don't know. But now I know it's 6 ounces, and that's important for me to calculate the mordant. But first, let's do a scour. Now, the instructions on cleaning these from Wool And is probably, as you might imagine, cool water, very gentle touch. I'm going to put it on the stove top actually and scour some silk ribbon along with it for my course tomorrow, and figured if I keep it on a nice low simmer, that's okay. Get it washed and then we'll mordant it. All right, my shirt is washed and pre-treated with a mordant of alum, and now it is time to cut some flowers, but I'm going to be cutting them from my own garden. And if you watched my springtime video about the dye seeds that I purchased and then grew in my home from seeds, and you'll know a little bit about how they did, but how they're doing now is a completely different story. I moved in between and they lived way too long inside their teeny tiny little seedling pots. And so they got a little bit stringy and I wasn't sure what to do with them when I got here, but the big pots that I had, I did go ahead and fill them with dirt and plant some, but I didn't do that till July. So they're doing okay. The 3 plants that I want to cut from are fresh leaf indigo, Coreopsis, and Marigold, and they're doing okay. There are some slug friends that are enjoying them as tasty treats. Coreopsis are just now sort of recovering from the transplant, and the fresh leaf indigo is doing okay. So let's snip some and get working on this echo print. Coreopsis flowers, they're doing okay. The marigolds are doing much better. Got a lot of those. There's my hollyhock. Hello, sir. And there is one of the pots of indigo. My fresh leaf indigo looks very different than what they have at the color farm. It is the same plant, but maybe a different variety. And I have one lone Coreopsis there, a couple of marigolds. This bed isn't doing as well. As I go further back, it gets darker. I've got a lot of huge trees, which I love, but in between these two homes, it doesn't get a lot of direct sun, which may have part to do with it. But anyway, let's snip. I have my flowers, and now I'm going to do a very simple design. Because the neckline is relatively low, I'll have to keep it very close to the top, and I'm talking simplicity here. So I do need my hammer. I got a smaller one for this, a little more precision work. And I'm going to need both something to barrier on the back side, because I don't want it to go through to the back of the shirt. So I'm just going to use a piece of watercolor paper, and I'll have a little memory of it. And I'm also going to need something on top, and I'm going to be using a barrier cloth. It's fun because then you get another print over here as well. So let's get going. All right, not bad. I did sadly, however, run off of my protective cover, so I got a little bit on the back, but you know what? Oh well, no big deal. This shirt's gonna change over time anyway, but I'm pretty happy with that. So here's the marigold, obviously the fresh leaf indigo, and the two Coreopsis. So looks really nice. I ended up switching out this one, which was a little bit larger, and I also placed the flower down on top where I wanted it just before, and then I actually snipped this part off. And I did that very carefully because as soon as you snip this, your flower is going to break apart. So it was just a way for me to then be able to kind of press this down, put my piece of cloth on it, and then hammer it. So anyway, I'm pretty happy. Now it's time to put it on and go to my fresh leaf indigo class. And there you have it. I really, really love it. I'm super happy how it turned out. I'm pleasantly surprised at the detail that you can see in both the leaves and the flowers, and how just vivid it looks, and super simple, super cute, very happy. I will wear this proudly over the next few days. Now, next week on Color Quest, we're going to change it up again. This time we're gonna look at Dyer's chamomile as a dye itself, and what that may do as an over dye to this wool and shirt. And I might mix in a little bit of fresh leaf. Not sure yet. You'll have to join me next Friday on Color Quest to see what I managed to cook up as we look at the wonderful natural ways that you can add color to your wardrobe. So have a great week, and I will see you next Friday. So I'm going to open it up. Whoa.